It does appear that other than the Los Angeles Lakers, more teams are now interested in big man DeMarcus Cousins, with it now currently being reported that DeMarcus Cousins and the Rockets have actually potentially discussed a deal, and this is all being reported by Kelly Iko. Now, again, what's going on, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be talking about some more NBA news. This time, we got some more DeMarcus Cousins news, and I'm just extremely excited that teams are willing to give him another opportunity, potentially in this league, as it's been kind of really unfortunate that everything that has happened to him. I do really want him to get back in the league. I mean, he had an ACL injury with the Los Angeles Lakers, and I believe it was an Achilles injury. I can't actually remember what injury it was with the Golden State Warriors, but it was one to put him out for the predominant part of the season. So again, it's just extremely unfortunate that injuries have kind of ruined this guy's, career. But it is finally good to see that teams are willing to give him another chance in the league. And I feel like the Houston Rockets would actually be a perfect team to sign DeMarcus Cousins. For example, right now, there is a huge flip going on with the Rockets team right now. It was reported that Russell Westbrook actually requested a trade and that James Harden might not be happy on the team and he might be requesting a trade as well. I do believe that there is a huge chance James Harden remains on this Rockets team, and I honestly believe he actually might be on the team next season. While Russell Westbrook, I got no idea. In my opinion, it would be actually better for the Rockets to trade him. I think after his really pathetic playoff performance, I kind of actually hope he gets traded. I'm not going to lie. But I would really like to see James Harden on the Rockets for another season and to run it back. And I feel like if they can give him some help, they could actually definitely do something pretty decent. For example, there is a huge rumor going out right now that Russell Westbrook could be getting traded for, I believe, John Wall. Look, I don't believe that's going to happen. I actually believe Russell Westbrook's either getting traded to the Knicks and the Magic, and I feel like the Magic would actually be a very nice team for the Rockets to trade him to, as there are a couple players on the Magic that the Rockets are looking to get rid of. For example, Gordon's been in trade talks for so long now, while Evan Fournier reportedly accepted his player option to do a sign and trade. So, if I'm the Rockets and the Magic, I totally feel like Aaron Gordon, Evan Fournier, and a first-round pick is fair for us, because Gordon's been inconsistent. I feel like he's overpaid. That first-round pick, if they're good, is not going to be totally too much. It could be like pick 20, while Evan Fournier is a player that, did the sign, and it's probably going to be a sign and trade, if anything. And look, he could still remain on the team for another season, but I don't expect him to probably be on there from elsewhere. So if they can get Gordon and Fournier, not just that, even sign DeMarcus Cousins, there is a really nice list coming out the Houston Rockets. For example, they'd have, I feel like Harden, if they don't get a point guard, Harden will probably just start at point guard. But think about it like this, they might have Harden at point guard, Eric Gordon at shooting guard, Evan Fournier at small forward, Aaron Gordon at power forward, and Cameron Wood at center. That is already a really nice starting five. Plus, if they sign DeMarcus Cousins and getting healthy back again, he could be, coming off the bench alongside PJ Tucker, Daniel House, and the other players that they potentially go and sign as well. It could actually start to look like a pretty interesting team. And again, imagine if DeMarcus Cousins, look, he's probably never going to get back to his all-star form. I don't think. I would love him too, but I just feel like with all these injuries, he won't, or if it will take a whole season for him to get back into it. But let's just say he gets back up to 15 points per game, or maybe something like that. Then, again, I can't see why not this Houston Rockets team wouldn't be a threat, because if you've got DeMarcus Cousins coming off the bench averaging 15 points per game, Cameron Wood is your starting center, who also, I believe, will average around 15 a game. That's actually pretty insane. So, again, I'm just interested to see, though, I feel like, that 9-man rotation that I suggested was really good, but I'm not exactly too sure who the Rockets' backup shooting guard and backup point guard would be. I feel like, again, as I said, James Harden will probably start at that point guard position, just based on the fact that who knows if they're even going to be able to get another point guard. But again, I do feel like getting getting rid of him is the right idea. I just don't know if getting rid of James Harden is the best move, especially considering I believe they've got him contracted for at least 2 more seasons. So again, if it doesn't work out, maybe next season, then they can always explore trading him again. Not just that, I feel like that if James Harden has his team by himself with all these role players, watch out. He'll probably average 40 points per game and 15 assists. I'm not even lying. If he doesn't have Westbrook on his team, that's probably what he's going to actually be capable of. So I'm extremely interested to see how that's all going to go. Right now, I have no idea who... They've got like no point guards on the Rockets really at all. I mean, yes, let's just say you got rid of Russell Westbrook. Well, Austin Rivers, I believe, declined his player option. Look, he might even re-sign if they commit to keeping James Harden. Other than that, they need to go out and get a point guard. I'm not exactly too sure who's going to be available as well, considering players that I thought would be pretty ideal for the Rockets, like shooters such as Goran Dragic and Jeff Teague, etc., have all been, signed to other teams. I believe Teague has gone to the Celtics, while Dragic will obviously remain on the Miami Heat. So yeah, what the Miami Heat do in the point guard situation is absolute beyond me. But when it comes to the center situation, they just have brought in Cameron Wood. Now they do, I believe, need to bring in a backup center. And I can't see why not giving DeMarcus Cousins a chance to kind of redeem him. Well, not necessarily redeem himself, because it's not his fault he got the injuries. But, actually giving him a chance to get back in the league. I don't see why that would be bad for the Rockets at all. I mean, he would be a 13th to 15th man potentially on the roster where he can play. Look, he might be a 13th, 15th man on the roster at the start, but again, if he gets fit, he could develop into being like a 10th man on the roster, and who knows, if he gets fit and gets back into how he used to play, we could even see him starting at center again, which would be absolutely really cool. And look, not just that, let's just say, best case scenario, the Rockets do keep Harden, DeMarcus Cousins, again, does play pretty good, they keep this team going, let's just say they make it out of the first round next season. Then if I was the Rockets, I'd definitely try and trade for an all-star and then, run it back with Harden once again to see how that team would go. Because literally, if they could get a point guard that can play off-ball similar to how Chris Paul did, wow, that would be absolutely insane to partner up with James Harden. And yeah, DeMarcus Cousins, I'm really hoping he can have a redemption season. I don't know if it's going to be with the Houston Rockets or not, but look, if the Rockets have actually discussed a deal with DeMarcus Cousins, that means they're obviously extremely interested and could potentially sign him really anywhere at this point. So of course, I'm extremely excited to see how this might potentially go. Of course, I would very much like to hear all of your thoughts and opinions on this down below. Do you guys think the Houston Rockets will sign DeMarcus Cousins? Do you guys think another team will sign DeMarcus Cousins? Or do you guys even think the Los Angeles Lakers might sign DeMarcus Cousins? Again, I definitely would really like to know all of your thoughts and opinions on this down below. But of course, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for the latest sports content and sports news and just basketball-related content and news in general. Of course, don't forget to subscribe to my gaming channel and my IRO/long channels. And don't forget to check out my podcast as well if you haven't already. Links for them will all be in the description down below. But as I was saying, to thank you guys so much for watching this video. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and comment. And I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.